Hi everyone. Happy New Year. I wanted to come on today and record a live video. And first of all, I want to say thank you for your support. I'm really glad that the messages that have been coming in this past week or 2 weeks, I'd say, because I've been allowing myself to be used more freely as a vessel in the channel from the spirits that I am aligned with, that work through me, that come into my space, and just share openly, freely, without judgment, without fear. And so today, I'm going to speak about really coming together in terms of what the messages have been coming in this past week and kind of shifting us, transitioning us onto this current week coming forth for January 5th up until next Sunday. And let me just take a look at the date. It's, I guess until December 11th. Now, before I get into the details, I like to focus us in this current moment, currently. And for those of you who have seen my recent videos, most recent ones, I like to channel in our attention, our energy in this present moment through a mantra. And that's just for asking for guidance and protection, that the wisdom that comes forth is of the highest and greatest good for us and to protect us, and that we may be able to reflect and absorb the information and just really organically for us to be able to translate it for what we need to receive after this moment together. And so what I've been doing is using a Tibetan singing bowl. And what I'll do is I'll hit it 4 times because just to clear the space of the area, 4 times for each direction, the north, the south, the west, and the east, or however you want to do that, clockwise, or I just always do it from above, below, and to all around me. And just tune in. If you want to take this moment, I invite you to close your eyes and focusing in on your breath, allowing your awareness to tune into the current moment using the sound that you will be hearing. Allowing yourself, your awareness, to move with the vibration of the Tibetan sound bowl, as if your attention is drifting ever so slightly, like a wave, like a ripple effect. And as you breathe in love, and just let go of all fear, we'll ask the spirit guides around us, within us, of the highest and greatest good, our spiritual ancestors and our angels, our divine mother and divine father, and our truest, authentic, and best amazing version of ourselves to come forth, envelop us in divine love and divine light. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. As you breathe in, exhale. And that prayer simply means that we honor the creative wisdom of the universe and we honor the divine wisdom within us. As we listen, we tune in, we tap in, and turn on to the messages presented. So now that we're present and y'all here together, as you know, this is the first week of the new year, just 3 days after January 1st, 2020. And a lot of the energy, a lot of the messages that I've been receiving and just all around me from other spiritual light beings has been with the theme of abundance, of changing, of expecting good things, right? Now, you have to go into this new year with the expectancy of feeling good everywhere you go. If you don't, if you just have this negative atmosphere of low vibe expectations, you're not going to see anything different than what you're expecting. And so with change, I received a good tidbit that you can't receive what you're hoping for the changes to be seen in your life, within you, and all around you, if your belief system if there's some sort of false negative belief that's blocking you. And a good example I like to illustrate is like when you're trying to get out of debt, right? It's hard for you when you're overburdened, overwhelmed by all this negative debt that you're seeing, to just kind of go and shift from one platform of where you are currently to believing like, oh yeah, I'm going to pay this off right now. You kind of have to gradually move through a transition of stages. And so you have to essentially move from the state of negative balance, checks and balances, to a neutral state, and then over to a positive state. So eventually you have more resources to really get out of the old phase of your life that you're trying to get past and move forward. And so, using that illustration, in the beginning stages of creating a project or embarking and starting a new journey, you are showered with one creative thought after another, after another, after another. And so you're really in a state of divine inspiration, creative thoughts come towards you. And when all these thoughts are coming, it kind of feels like, oh, like which choice, which idea do I go with? What golden door of opportunity do I choose? And which one is the right one? Now, it's good to brainstorm, because just as it's, equally important to take your time out to sort out your thoughts and see which next best feeling thought an opportunity is good for you right now in this current moment in time and space. And to really see which idea fills your heart with excitement. The thing is, what we don't want to do is dwell in the whole the rough draft process, and that whole process of just thinking of which door. Oh, that seems like a good idea. Because it is our human tendency to end up burying ourselves in a hole where, instead of making a decisive action and taking action, we cause ourselves to feel distracted with feelings of guilt or insecurity, or by making excuses when it comes to God's prompting, the universe is prompting for us to do something. Now, we know that while at this level 1 stage, we'll call it, of creation, we are receiving these intuitive feelings, these intuitive thoughts and ideas, emotions that come forth to us. Or if you don't already know, begin to become aware that this inner guidance, this help, this inspiration is really just meant to help expand your mind and awareness of what possibilities are available to you. You just have to bear in mind that you, as a creator of the utmost good for both yourself and all life around you, you have freedom, you have free will, and you're not forced to just go with the first door that is presented with you, in front of you. You're able to take some time to really see what inspires you. Now, so this is where it's important, to be able to be in tune with your emotions and your feelings, because although there might be so many doors presented before you, like I said, we get overwhelmed, and we can make a decision, really to take the next step by affirming ourselves through how we feel in our heart space, in our heart center, by just closing our eyes, breathing, and just allowing the energy, the momentum of love to be our North Star, our guiding inner compass. And just know that if you feel excited with that idea, go through the door, just try it. Don't have any fear or reservation of how am I going to do it? Do I have the resources? Just know that the universe just wants you to take action. No matter how seemingly small it may appear to you. And this leads me on to another point where what I love about having an established relationship with the universe is that you don't have to have it all figured out. And you definitely don't have to feel pressured to do anything or to be or do anything in a certain way or meet false expectations of conditions that you've placed on yourself based off, your past experiences or expectations of those who tend to place them on us. But the universe does want you to understand that as a child of the divine love and light of all life, in human form, having a temporary human experience, it is not in our nature just to talk, to hear ourselves speak, and just declare intentions and then sit back and hope for the best. That is not what we've been created to do. We are actually filled with the cosmos, with the stars and the galaxies, with this potential. We have this power to shift into the reality and dimension that we want. And we've all been created for a purpose, with a purpose. And so the universe wants to see you put some tender love and care into this loving relationship of creation. And he wants someone whom will be there in this deep relationship, someone who is just as invested as he is invested in you. And so this perfect image that came to mind for me was, it's like a relationship when you have intimate sex with your partner. We take on the role as you, me, the individual, of the divine feminine, and we let the universe, they are taking the role of the masculine energy. as our provider and as our protector. And they are there to really tend to our needs and to be aware of what feels good for us. And so the divine masculine responds by taking the initiative to give us what feels good. All the while, all we have to do as the individual, as, taking that role of the divine feminine, is to allow ourselves to receive the guidance, receive the love, and the affection back. In essence, the art of creating and manifesting is one in which the universe wants us to feel excited and look forward to returning back to Him. One in which we are free to express whatever is in our mind's eye, our heart's desires, because after all, in an open relationship in which communication is very firmly established, well, with your partner, it makes for a much smoother and enjoyable experience in homey space, right? And once you allow your spirit team to take care of the roles that they've been created for, and have dominion over, while we as a divine feminine focus all our attention on nurturing and nurturing our wombs and our hearts by feeling good, and giving ourselves the permission and allow ourselves to be in a state of pampering and receiving this energetic life force from the Creator through inspired actions and thoughts, then we have a great balance of the process of creating, manifesting our dreams, our heart's desires, and really living out our true life's calling and purpose. So the next time you feel yourself thinking about a dream or a goal, instead of feeling distracted, feeling guilty, or making excuses when it comes to your soul's prompting or gut feeling of something, to do something, for you to make a decision, an active decision, it's important just to take a step forward towards the best feeling, thought, inspiration that comes forth. So, and it's really important because when you move from that space of just the creative process of thinking and dreaming, and you take action, you don't develop this unhealthy lifestyle of initially pushing back every prompting from the universe and your spirit guides, your true higher being within you, and you're not stalling. You're not missing the blessing that is trying to present itself into your view, into your life. and thus, when you take action, we stop enabling the pattern that pattern of where we block ourselves from our blessing and block ourselves from vibrationally receiving what could really be brought to us easily and effortlessly as the object of God's love and affection. And so that is the divine message for really from New Year's, from the end of December up until this current moment now. And I wanted to share with you guys how I bought a new deck of beautiful oracle cards that came to me, and I'm really excited to use them because I've been working with sacred geometry, patterns, symbolism. I'm able to sort of just interpret, and not sort of, but I'm able to interpret meaning and what the universe wants to convey. And so the new cards I got are actually known as, now, the Flower of Life cards, and I will link them. So if you guys are interested, you can look into them. And I actually pulled 7 cards, and so I got really excited because they just kept coming, And then when I counted, I was like, oh, that's 7, one for each day. And it's really great because we can use these cards as a form of intuitive guidance to kind of clarify letting go with ego, attachment to this physical world, and thoughts and beliefs, that block us from really receiving the divine intuition that we use as guidance to navigate this earth, this world, this present plane of reality. And so now I'm going to go through them and read them. And so the first card that came up was balance. And so this is for tomorrow, which is Sunday, January 5th. And reading it, it says, for you to fulfill your potential, to become all that you can be in every moment, you must be in balance. Otherwise, you are resisting life and creating tension. This resistance and this tension are needed to a certain extent for anything to expand, to grow, and become more. You have to learn to recognize the resistance rather than letting it run you. For anything you don't like, sense it, feel into it, and the next logical step of action will present itself. The step will move you in the direction of your potential, your dreams, and desires. Take a deep, gentle breath and thank whatever has moved you out of balance. Say to yourself, thank you. Thank you for showing me what I really don't want and reminding me to come back to my balanced place, where I will be inspired to create what I do want. I am willing to experience all things, for in doing so, I become clear with my highest loving path. You can end that prayer, that affirmation, with Namaste, or what I like to say is Sat Nam, which really helps you to remember who you really are. Now, second card for Monday, January 6th, 2020. The card is the Universal Law. So keeping in theme with what I discussed and with the process of moving forward and towards your dreams, desires, new goals, and journey, is everything in the universe consists of energy formed into different vibrations. All that is experienced and created in this life is a result of the magnetic law of attraction. Through this law, energies of the same type come together. So whatever you focus on will come into your life. The universe will never judge you, and as such makes no distinction between good and bad. It only organizes the energies according to similarity. Based on the law of attraction, like attracts like. Now, today, create a vision for your life. Feel your vision. Feel that feeling and radiate it through your mind, through your body, and your spirit. Hold that feeling in your heart and meditate on it. Become it. And very soon you will have many manifestations of your highest vision of your life. For your life. Now that again goes back towards learning how to pay attention to your feelings. Where do feelings resonate? Feelings resonate from the heart center, the heart chakra, which is connected to the heart of the universe. And so whenever you need inner guidance, just close your eyes, breathe, and imagine a white light or a green light that indicates the heart center. And just pay attention to how you feel and what resonates with you. So again, you're moving forward and not being stuck. The next card is for Tuesday, January 7th, and it says, not what you expect. Figured I should show you guys a card. Today you may not be able to see or feel the wonderment of you. A limited belief or pattern you hold within you is covering up the truth of you. Someone or something will enter your life and reflect back to you the wonderment and the truth of you, of who you are. And it's the true you, not what you think yourself to be of the world or what people might think of you, but it's how the universe knows you to be. It may be disguised as something you don't like, for we are well trained in noticing what irks us. But know that at the heart of all experiences is love. So let all come to you. You are safe. Don't resist anything. And use your free choice and will to focus on what makes you feel good. For you are on your way to feeling the marvelous wonderment of love. What comes to mind as I read that card for Tuesday is that with change, of course, we have that hopeful desire. And as students, as children of divine love and light, we hope for the highest good. I always do. But we also have to remember that balance, going back to Sunday's card, means that in order to meet the middle, you have to have both. I love this card because it helps you and helps me always to understand you can have more of beauty, more of the feeling good vibrational states, feelings and thoughts, emotions. But why can't you look for that also in those moments where you're feeling resistance and struggle? Because really, true abundance is everywhere. And what it is that you're looking for oftentimes is actually shielded underneath the rubble. Or like how I see it right now is you're finding the diamond in the rough. In order to find that diamond, you have to excavate and filter through all the junk to find that treasure. So it's giving you a feeling of hope, feeling of don't let go of what your dream or desire is. Just keep moving forward and embracing the moment, which happens to be Wednesday's card for January 8th. The card is now. Breathe into your heart and embrace all that you allow or resist. Feel this present moment as you enter the space of now. Slip into the stillness with an open heart and mind and feel the honesty of your being. Each moment of your life is filled with wonderment. It's filled with challenges. It's filled with joy and sorrow. Allow all these things to be as they are right now without judgment, and you will feel free to be who you are and want to be. Each moment releases the wisdom. Each moment releases the love. And each moment releases the empowerment needed to bring balance to every situation, every person or place or active that is active in our energy field and what the energy that we are currently putting out in that moment. If you are focused somewhere else in space or time, you miss the gift. For the only time we ever truly have is now. Be present and feel the empowerment of your truth. And so that card just reminds you to sit in, rest, remember the divine feminine. And your role is really just to receive the help. You're just the channel for inspiration. When it comes to manifesting, you actually don't have to lift or expel so much energy. I kind of see it as I'm this princess and I have my king, I have my knight in shining armor, I have my husband who comes in, who's the universe, and delivers. I just have to request it and ask for it. And so do you. For Thursday, January 9th, card is nature. Take a moment today to stand outside, quiet your thoughts and breathe. Know the sun and your soul are always shining, the birds in your heart are always singing, and the flowers in your path are always opening up. You don't have to take action on these things so you can bring them into manifestation, into your being and your presence. All that's being asked of you is to just turn up, show up, be present, receive, let go of your sword, let go of your weapons, stop fighting, and just embrace. Like the image of a wife in a home, or the caretaker of a home space. Open the door for your guest. Look around and feel into life. Notice how your dreams and desires surround you in many ways. It may not be the precise thing you desire, though it will give you the same feeling. Look for where your dreams are. Look for where your desires are, instead of where they are not. Shift your perception, and you will change your life. For Friday, January 10th, the card is Meditation of 4. And so Meditation of 4 says, sit quietly and close your eyes. Breathe in for a count of 4. And breathe out for a count of 4. And pause for a count of 4. Repeat this meditation practice 4 times a day. And when you're done, open up your eyes. You can even develop heat in between your palms, your hands. Put them over your eyes. And kind of like you're playing a game with little kids, go peekaboo and look at the world from a different point of view. Doing this 4 times a day within 4 days will help you start feeling lighter. The vibration of 4 invokes a feeling of retreat, of order, of balance. This goes back to Sunday's card, balance. Just like a square, all that is built upon it is evenly distributed. 4 inspires you to clean up your foundations, your beliefs, and your fears. Not by getting rid of them. And I love this part. You get rid of your fears and false perceptions, false beliefs, misjudgments, prejudgments, by creating something new. Focus upon what makes you feel good, and all your negative vibrations will fall off naturally because of lack of attention, and your highest path magically reveals itself. Beautiful card. And the final card of the week, which is Saturday, is for January 11th, or whenever you see this. And this is going to be my word of the year, or words of the year. Try to think about what your intention is. What is it that you personally want to change within yourself? What is looking through the eyes of the version of you that you embody, you desire, you want to become and be, and then just really fuels your fire in your heart or your soul. Embodying that person, what is the characteristic that you are honoring? So the card for Saturday, it says your word. Choose one word that best describes your deepest value. Affirm it, hold it dear. Remember it, breathe life into it, and live it. This word will be a guide and a support in your daily life. It will provide a foundation for choice and action and bringing much clarity. Keep this word in your heart as long as it inspires you and makes you feel good. And when the word, or when this idea or this choice or decision, going back to the beginning of our topic in the beginning of this week, when that no longer inspires you or makes you feel good, then that is when you know it is time for a new word, a new choice, a new decision, a new step to be taken, to be made, that will emerge and connect you even further to your deepest values, to your heart's desires, your mind's eye, the vision that's right here, and feel the creative unfolding of life. And so my word for the new year, new words, I think I'd like to sum it up in balancing abundance. Learning how to embrace the greatest part of me in all its forms and find balance. It's easy. I thought that was a beautiful 7-card day reading. And let me know how the rest of your week goes. I'm going to post the whole video up, and then I'm going to break it up per day so that you guys have your meditation, you guys have your word, you have your thought. And I'd love to hear how and what is going on in your life. That spirit is, waking up. Because again, we're all here created for a mission to change the world, to bring the heavens down to earth. As above, so below. And before we leave, I wanted to finish off and say, just recite something that I read. It says that, you knew if you walked the path of your heart, it would bring all you need to fulfill your dreams. You don't have to work out how it will happen. That is not your job. Your job is to stay aligned with your heart and allow how you feel in each moment to decide your response to anything or anyone, to embrace or let it be. Because the cosmos is also within us. We're made of star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself. That last part was by Carl Sagan. The intro was by Denise Jarvie, which is the creator of the Flower of Life Oracle cards, and I love. And I pray that blessings and abundance come upon you, and all divine love as the surrounding sun, the light of the sun surrounds us, and all divine love and light surrounds us. Divine love of the mother and the father, of the sun, the moon and the stars, and the Holy Spirit, our spiritual guides, our spiritual ancestors of the highest and greatest good, and the archangels and our guardian angels. And again, the truest you, authentic version of you comes out and embraces and expresses its love. Come forth this whole week and every day, forever and ever. Sat Nam.